Have you ever felt a chill creep up your spine as if someone or something is watching you from the shadows? Picture this, the dark days of World War II. London is crumbling under the Blitz, and a group of children, led by their devoted schoolteacher Eve Parkins and a stern headmistress Jean Hogg, seek refuge. Their sanctuary? The desolate Eel Marsh House, cloaked in fog and whispering winds. Little did they know, the house's dark history was far from forgotten. As night falls, whispers from the past begin to echo through the halls of Eel Marsh House. Nestled in the desolate marshlands, this eerie abode isn't just a relic of a bygone era. It's a chest of chilling secrets and spectral whispers. Eve, a young and spirited teacher, along with the charismatic pilot Harry Burnstow, stumbles upon the dark tales that cloak the house. Their discovery begins innocently enough, with a stray photograph, a misplaced diary, a series of unsettling letters that hint at the house's grim past. As they dig deeper, the air grows colder, the nights longer. Mysterious sightings of a veiled woman and objects moving on their own start to fray the nerves of the new inhabitants. Eve's heart grows heavy with a foreboding sense of duty. Her concern for the children's safety turns to dread as the supernatural events around them escalate. But the true horror lies in the shadows, watching, waiting. What lurks in the dark corners when the light fades? As the shadows stretch and the dim light flickers, the air grows cold with the presence of the woman in black. She is Janet Humphrey, a spirit consumed by vengeance and tethered to the mortal world by her tragic past and the untimely death of her son. Her haunting is not random. It is deeply intertwined with the presence of children, her sorrow turning into malevolence towards the innocence she lost. In the desolate Eel Marsh House, her spectral form glides through the hallways, her footsteps silent yet chillingly felt. The children evacuated from war-torn London to this supposed safe haven become the unwitting catalysts of her wrath. One night, as a storm rages outside, the haunting escalates. The children, tucked in their beds, hear whispers that turn into wails. The air grows thick, as if breathing becomes a chore under the weight of her gaze. One particularly harrowing encounter occurs when a young boy, drawn by a ghostly lullaby, finds himself face-to-face with the woman in black. Her eyes, dark pools of despair, lock onto his. The room grows colder, the shadows darker, and just as he screams, she vanishes, leaving behind a palpable dread that grips everyone in the house. These supernatural incidents serve not just to terrify, but to forewarn. Each eerie occurrence, each child's scream seems to feed her spectral strength. With each child's scream, her power grows stronger. In the face of unimaginable terror, one woman stands between the living and the damned. Eve Parkins, a young and resilient schoolteacher, finds herself thrust into a maelstrom of supernatural disturbances in a desolate house, shrouded in the bleak landscapes of wartime Britain. As the eerie occurrences within the haunted walls escalate, Eve's resolve hardens. With every whisper of the chilling wind, with every shadow that flits across the wall, her determination to protect the evacuated children solidifies. Eve's personal connection to the house begins to unravel like a dark thread. It's not just the children who are haunted by the spectral presence of the woman in black, but Eve herself. Her own past, marked by loss and sorrow, seems to mirror the tragic history that permeates the house. This connection fuels her courage, for she knows the agony of being left behind, the pain of being unspoken to by those she loved. Amidst this growing darkness, Eve finds an unexpected ally in Harry, a pilot scarred by the war yet undeterred by the supernatural. Together, they delve into the history of the house, seeking answers and strategies to confront the ghostly menace. Their partnership is marked by moments of fear, but also flashes of mutual understanding and shared resolve. But can one fight what is already dead? Their journey is not just about survival, but about facing the ghosts of their pasts, both literal and metaphorical. As Eve stands in the dimly lit corridor, her silhouette a beacon of hope and defiance, she knows this battle may not just be for the children's safety, but for her own soul's peace. As the storm rages outside, a darker storm brews within the walls of Eel Marsh House. Here, within these haunted halls, Eve and Harry find themselves caught in the chilling climax of their ordeal. The rain lashes against the windows like the furious tapping of spectral fingers, echoing the terror that grips their hearts. In the heart of the storm, the eerie silence of the house is shattered by a low, mournful wail. It's the woman in black, her presence more menacing than ever. Eve and Harry, driven by a desperate resolve, confront this spectral entity, their every step heavy with dread. The air is thick with the tang of old, unspoken secrets and the bitter sting of sorrow. Our protagonists, armed only with their courage and a burning need to protect the innocent, attempt to unravel the twisted mystery of the woman in black's relentless attachment to the children. They delve into the murky depths of her tragic past, hoping to find a tether to sever her ties with the living world. Each revelation adds layers to the ghostly enigma, pulling them deeper into a labyrinth of despair and remorse. The confrontation reaches its fever pitch as the boundaries between the living and the spectral blur. Eve and Harry challenge the ghostly figure, their voices a mix of defiance and pleading. Their hearts pound with the hope that their actions might finally bring peace to the restless spirit. But some horrors refuse to be buried. When the dawn breaks, does the night really end? As the final echoes of terror fade into the light of a new day, the survivors of Eel Marsh House find themselves forever altered. The eerie stillness that follows the storm of horrors they endured hangs heavily in the air as a veil of dread that cannot be easily lifted. In the aftermath, questions loom large. What becomes of Eve, whose courage flickered in the darkness against a relentless spirit? Her journey does not conclude with mere survival. It's entangled with the ghostly whispers of the woman in black. The threads of her fate remain loose, drifting in the cold wind that sweeps through the deserted corridors. And what of the woman in black herself? Her presence, an ever-persistent shadow, lingers in the minds of those who left and those who hear the tale. Despite the light of day, her sorrow and menace seem immortal, untouched by time or tears. Remember, some ghosts are never truly gone, they merely wait in the darkness.